Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. This is Tifosi Culture TV. I'm your host Hotshot and today we are going to be reviewing the Champions League round of 16 draw that happened today. I'm so excited guys, so let's get into the video. Before we get into today's video, if you're new here, this is Tifosi Culture TV where we do match reviews, match previews, tactical analysis, player analysis and all that good stuff, and we also cover general football news such as the one we're doing now. So if you do like this sort of content, please do drop a like below and do smash that subscribe button. I confuse, it's the other way around, right? So do smash that like button and do subscribe if you're new to the channel. So without any further ado, let's talk the teams that have been paired against each other in the round of 16. Let's go. So the first match we're going to be taking a look at is Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Manchester City. Manchester City fans can breathe a sigh of relief. They couldn't have asked for a better draw. Ideally, they would have wanted Lazio, but they went to another bigger club. So ideally, this is the best that they could have asked for. However, Marco Rose's men are nothing to be sniffed at. Sure, they're doing average in the Bundesliga. However, they literally qualified from the toughest group, beating out stiff competition from the likes of Shakhtar Donetsk and Inter Milan to qualify second along with Real Madrid. Marco Rose plays a really exciting brand of attacking football, and they could catch City off guard if they are not careful. And over two legs, anything can happen. And as we all know, with Manchester City and with Pep Guardiola really likes to tinker his tactics, really likes to experiment when it's not the time to necessarily experiment. So you never know in a two-legged tie. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, they qualified top of the group along with Porto. They had a pretty easy group and they demolished every team that stood in their way. They qualified without relatively any issues, so they would be looking to avenge their bizarre exit in the Champions League last season to Lyon. So going to be a really good attacking game, and I just cannot wait for that. My prediction, Marco Rose, like I said earlier, he is a really attacking coach, and there are doubts whether if he would actually still be in the Borussia Mönchengladbach job. So there are questions over that. And then you've got Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, whether if any injuries would occur between now and February, any long-term injuries, you just never know. But I think City should have the firepower capable to dispatch Borussia Mönchengladbach. So I'm going for Manchester City to progress to the next round. Now coming to the next game is Lazio versus Bayern Munich. Now Lazio, they could not have asked for a tougher opponent. They are going up against the world's best team in my opinion, and also the defending Champions League winners. An interesting stat, however, Lazio and Bayern Munich have not met at all anywhere. So it's really interesting to see how both teams approach this game, having not faced each other at all. Ciro Immobile, he's the main man. He needs to be firing on all cylinders if they want to get past Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich's defense is a little dodgy. It is a little suspect. Ciro Immobile needs to be on form against them. And as we all know, with Bayern Munich, there's nothing much to say about them. They are currently the best team. They have the best squad and they've strengthened over the summer. They have currently one of Europe's hottest managers in Hansi Flick. My prediction, you just never know, but I can't bet against Bayern Munich. Only a fool would bet against Bayern Munich. So I'm going to go for Bayern Munich to progress into the next round. Now this one, in my opinion, is a really tough match to predict. Atletico de Madrid versus Chelsea. Now Chelsea, they had an easy group to qualify from. They beat Sevilla, Krasnodar and Rennes, while Atletico Madrid, they were paired against the reigning champions Bayern Munich. So it was a really tough struggle to go against them. They lost against Bayern Munich, they drew against Lokomotiv Moscow, and they were up against incredibly misfiring RB Salzburg. So like I say, in my Madrid derby review, whenever Atletico Madrid face up against Europe's toughest or Europe's finest, the cracks start to appear. So will we see a case of that happening again? As for Chelsea, Frank Lampard's men, they have strengthened well over the summer. They have got more depth, they've got more firepower. They really want to go far in this competition, and the transfers they made over the summer really shows that they have ambition. But if any team knows how to knock out Chelsea from European competition, it is Atletico, with Diego Costa knocking them out and with Thibaut Courtois pulling off huge huge match-winning saves against Chelsea. So if any team knows how to knock Chelsea out of European competition, it is Atletico Madrid. But as I said, Joao Felix and Luis Suarez, they are on fire. They did misfire in the derby against Real Madrid, but there's a lot of time between now and February, so they will look to avenge that defeat. They're still currently flying high in La Liga. They are currently top of the table, but like I said, in February you never know. But judging now, I really wouldn't put it past Atletico. They've got a really stubborn defense. They've got a really strong defense. They've got Joao Felix and Luis Suarez who can carry that attack. I wouldn't put it past them to knock out Chelsea. But it is Chelsea. We all know how, I wouldn't say shithousery, but they know what it takes to win a Champions League, and they have the manager who actually won the Champions League for them, so he would know what it takes to progress into the next round. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 guess as to who would go through, but I'm just going to go out there and say Atletico de Madrid to go through into the next round. Now this match is a mouth-watering tie for all the neutrals. It is RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. Liverpool, they qualified out of their group with no issues. However, they did lose to Atalanta and they currently have a lot of defensive injuries. RB Leipzig, they qualified second, knocking out Manchester United on the last day. Did start off their campaign a little bit of sluggishness. They did lose 5-0 to Manchester United, and if a Manchester United team that has been under so much criticism can beat them 5-0, you can only imagine how a Liverpool team that is firing on all cylinders would do to them. There are a couple of issues with Liverpool though. They have a really bad record with injuries now, with the latest news that Diogo Jota has joined the injury list along with Van Dijk, along with Joe Gomez. It remains to be seen whether if any of them would come back in time for this game. We know Van Dijk is not going to make it, but maybe Joe Gomez might, Diogo Jota might. And then there is also the fact that this match comes right after the January transfer window, and we all know Liverpool are looking to buy a new centre-back, so it depends on if they would get another centre-back to reinforce their squad, or if they would get any other player. So, and RB Leipzig on the other hand, Dominic Szoboszlai, hope I haven't butchered the name, Szoboszlai has been rumored to join the German outfit from RB Salzburg, so that would be a brilliant addition to their squad. And he has played against Liverpool for RB Salzburg, so he would know what it is to beat the reigning Premier League champions. My predictions, you wouldn't put it past Champions League winners to go through to the next round, but you never know. You just never know. RB Leipzig, the style that RB Leipzig play right into Liverpool's hands, and they're going to have a field day with a high line with the kind of approach that RB Leipzig have. Conversely, there are a lot of defensive issues, like I said, so you just never know. There's a lot of time between now and February, but if we are basing our predictions now, given the form between both teams, I would go for RB Leipzig. I know that's going to be a shock, and I could be proven wrong. I just got a feeling that RB Leipzig can beat Liverpool on that day, and over two legs, like I said, anything can happen. Absolutely anything. Now coming with Porto versus Juventus, I feel that sadly, I hope any Porto fans don't hate me if they watch this video. If any Porto fans watch my video, I feel that Juventus will be too strong for Porto to cope or to beat. Porto, they qualified second with their group along with Manchester City. They did beat some pretty good European opposition in Olympiacos and Marseille. They even drew against Manchester City. So there's just a tiny hope for them if they ever want to progress to the next round. But with Juventus, who have made it known in the sacking of Maurizio Sarri that they would rather win the Champions League rather than winning a league title, that shows that their ambition is to go further into this competition. And with a relatively new coach in Andrea Pirlo, they would at least want to make the finals or the semi-finals in his first tenure as a manager. They have the world's best player in Cristiano Ronaldo, and I really can't see Porto defenders containing Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm going for Juventus to go through into the next round. Juventus also, it must be said that they qualified top of the group in a group that consisted of Barcelona. They did lose to Barcelona without Ronaldo. That shows how dependent they are of the Portuguese talisman. If, God forbid, if anything happens to Ronaldo, that could be a key factor in Porto's chances for qualifying into the next round. They don't have a Jose Mourinho, sadly, to pull off a miracle, but you never know. Sevilla versus Dortmund. Dortmund. What can I say for this matchup? On paper, now currently this looks like a brilliant matchup. However, it could go either way. Sevilla, they are the Europa League winners. They qualified second in the group. They have a lot of European pedigree, although in a different competition, but still European pedigree nonetheless. And then you've got Dortmund, who are currently in the worst form of their lives. As of this recording, they lost horribly against Stuttgart. They sacked Lucien Favre. They are in a mess right now, and in January you never know, some of their players might leave. It's highly possible because they've been disillusioned with the fact that it just doesn't seem that Dortmund are progressing anywhere, and anything can happen in the January transfer window. Haaland might leave, Sancho might leave, you just never know. So in addition to that, there could be a new coach in Marco Rose coming into the squad. Anything can happen between now and February. Take a drink every time I say that. So who do I think will go past? Sevilla also could be gutted in the January transfer window with the likes of Jules Koundé, with the likes of El Nesri, Ocampos, Suso are under the eyes of the big European clubs. So you never know where they're going to end up in the January transfer window. So on paper, I can only predict it. Now currently I would have to go with Dortmund because they still have Haaland. He is so good, and they still have Gio Reyna. You can watch my video of him, link in the description. They still have a lot of quality, they still have a lot of firepower, and I don't think Sevilla can control them over two legs. So I'm going for Borussia Dortmund to go through. Now this is the fixture. This is why we love the Champions League. This is why we stay up in India up till 3:30 just to watch these games. It's Barcelona taking on Paris Saint-Germain. This is the worst time to face Paris Saint-Germain if you're a Barcelona fan. Barcelona must have been thrilled they avoided Bayern Munich in the round of 16, but then they ended up with PSG. Lols. Barcelona, they are now currently struggling under Ronald Koeman. They're currently 8th. PSG, they qualified top in Group H, beating out the likes of RB Leipzig and Manchester United to that spot. That shows that although I feel that it should have been tougher for them to qualify. They shouldn't have qualified so easily like they did. Manchester United let them off the hook. You cannot deny that when it mattered for them to step up, they did. That's really scary. If you're a Barcelona fan, Neymar is in the form of his life. He is carrying that team. He did get stretchered out with an ankle injury. Let's just hope he's fit for that game, and let's just hope Kylian Mbappe actually starts scoring again in the Champions League. He's not been scoring that many goals. It's been a long time since he's actually scored in the Champions League. For Barcelona, if any team knows how to knock out PSG in a knockout fixture when all hope seemed lost, when everything was impossible, you wouldn't put it against Barcelona to knock PSG out. Messi's powers are on the wane slightly. I hate to say it, but he could be dropping in his form, and that's understandable given his age. Ansu Fati, I think, may be back. They would need him desperately. Under Ronald Koeman, Barcelona seem to be struggling. They might bring in reinforcements in January. Neymar, on the other hand, he would want to prove that Paris is going forward. Paris Saint-Germain is moving forward, and they have a more realistic chance of winning this European competition more than Barcelona. It's anyone's guess between now and February, but I'm going to go for PSG to go through. Honestly, I wouldn't put it against Barcelona to pull off something of a miracle. On paper, Mbappe, Neymar against that Barca defense, it's going to be a massacre. Now coming to the final match of the round of 16, it is Atalanta going up against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, like I mentioned earlier, when Mönchengladbach were qualified, they were, in my opinion, the toughest group to go through because they had Inter Milan, they had Shakhtar and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Real Madrid, they have been struggling in the league, but they have turned things around as of now. They beat Atletico Madrid in the derby. They beat Borussia Mönchengladbach. You wouldn't put it past the 13-time European Champions League winners, the hat-trick winners. You wouldn't put it past them to go through. This is European royalty we are talking about. Zinedine Zidane's men, they would want to make it number 14. They would not want a repeat of what happened the last season, going out in such a fashion to Manchester City. They would not want that repeat. They would want to at least go into the final, get their hands on the trophy, at least vindicate Zidane's signing in some way. Now the Bergamo club Atalanta are going through some struggles of their own. They are currently 8th on the table as of this recording. In Europe, however, they did finish second in a relatively tough group with Liverpool, Ajax and Atlanta. Everyone thought that Ajax would go through, but Atlanta seemed to defy the odds. Maybe they can defy the odds on this occasion. We'll have to wait and watch. They could, however, be facing Real Madrid without their captain in Papu Gomez. He has come out and said that he has been involved in a sort of rift with manager Gasparini. We will not know the full details until he moves. He said that in his Instagram post they could be losing a key player, and also as well Amad Diallo is moving to Manchester United. Real Madrid, they haven't spent any money in the summer transfer window. They are one of the only 2 clubs in all of Europe to do so. Maybe they would strengthen again in the January transfer window. Hopefully by that time Eden Hazard is fit, he is scoring. Anything can happen between now and February, and Atlanta would want to go further than the quarterfinals after being knocked out by PSG. They would want to at least reach the semi-finals to prove that their fairy tale is still not yet ended. There is still a happy ending. Zidane's Madrid finished top of the group that had to go to the last day. It had to go down to the wire to be decided. So it shows that they struggled a lot in the earlier stages of the competition, but then bounced back. That shows the mentality monsters that Real Madrid are. That shows that they when the chips are down, when they really needed to put in a performance, they can and they will. For my prediction, I'm not going to go bet against Real Madrid, am I? It's got to be Real Madrid. They are going to go through and they will go far. They will go far this season. That's my prediction. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. Do make sure to comment down below what are your predictions, who in your opinion are going to qualify through to the round of 16. I'm so excited. I just can't wait for February. Please 2021 get here soon. We can't wait. And before we leave, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and do drop a comment like I mentioned earlier. So for now, until the next video, this is me, Hotshot, signing out. Peace.